Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this month's February 2022. Let's talk. What day is this? Thursday? Third Thursday of every month. Like maybe I'll get my thoughts together in a minute, but I just want to welcome everyone to this month's session of Let's Talk, and I get to talk to my friend, friend, Elise Kinsley over at CareLink, and the things that they do, the exciting things they do to help caregivers. So before we get started, let's talk about a little things that's going on with Alzheimer's Arkansas. We have a great year. We're laying out. Let's start with today's Let's Talk. It is every third Thursday, same time, same place. On the last Tuesday of every month, we have a virtual support group, Coffee with Carolyn and Gigi. Join us, please. We've been having some great conversations and some great education going on. Just you don't have to register anymore. Just come in and let us have some coffee and conversations. I'm trying to do it in day-wise. April 9th, we have a great and fun fundraising event in Conway. The Conway community over there is working hard, so they're doing cruising. July the 23rd, we're having a 2-miler in Jacksonville. H2Go. What else do we have going on? Amp Out. It is going to be at the new venue, the Hall. It is going to be so much fun. Join us there with live music, just a good time. And our Little Rock Walk will be September the 23rd. So look for more information as we lay out our year and other great events so we can continue to help caregivers across the state of Arkansas. So what else do we? I don't think I have any more banners. That's enough, right? That's a mouthful. So let's get started with Elise Kinsley. She is the MPH Care Coordinator Manager at CareLink. And just tell us a little bit about yourself, Elise.
You're so funny. So MPH stands for Masters of Public Health, which I graduated with in 2020.
Say that again.
And I graduated with my Masters of Public Health. Can you hear me now? We good? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
So I graduated with my Masters from Public Health at the UAMS College of Public Health in 2020. So it's kind of just like I graduated with my master's and then like an entire pandemic happened. So it's an interesting time to be in the world of public health and in community services. So yeah, I'm with CareLink. We are the Central Arkansas Area Agency on Aging. I used to work at Alzheimer's Arkansas, and I love Alzheimer's Arkansas. I love your mission. CareLink is the Central Arkansas Area Agency on Aging. There are 8 area agencies on aging across the state. So we serve a 6-county region here in the Central Arkansas area. That is Saline, Pulaski, Faulkner, Lone Oak Prairie, and Monroe. And I have to count on my fingers so I remember all 6 of them. So if we don't serve your county or the area in which that you live in, if you're tuning in today from, say, our Northwest Arkansas area or from somewhere else, there is an area agency on aging that serves you, and you can definitely call us at 372-5300. We'll show that later. But you can call us and and ask us questions about the area agency on aging that's in your area, or you can, call that one directly. There's, they're all over the place. I'm sure we can get you in touch with them. So, yeah, I'm so glad you guys let me come on today. I wanted to talk to you about just kind of a new thing that CareLink is kind of rolling out this year, Carolyn.
Okay.
Like caregivers, we know don't get enough, don't have enough resources. And so with that comes a whole slew of, issues and challenges. And what I noticed in early days of the pandemic was one of the things I noticed is that we were trying to serve a community that was afraid to get out of their houses. They were caring for people full time, And there were just a lot of like gaps where they didn't have the ability to take care of their loved ones and work. So they were having to make changes, and meeting those challenges were even more difficult. And so what we decided to do at CareLink, and with me being there now and kind of having that caregiver relationship and wanting to help our caregivers, we started a program called Supplemental Services. And so that program is funded through Title 3E, which is it's a fancy term for its federal funding.
Yes.
That they let us use to support caregivers. So similarly, like y'all's grants, like the Alzheimer's Arkansas has those $500 caregiver respite grants.
Right, yes.
Similarly, this kind of works in conjunction with that to like help, meet those challenges that caregivers have and make sure that they're receiving the services and items and whatever they need within some limits that, we can kind of meet those requests. And so we started the program in November of 2020. And we just wanted to kind of slow roll it out and see how it works. And so we did that. And now we're kind of to this point where it's like, okay, go big or go home. So we're trying to like get it out there and tell people about it, because it's something that, if you don't qualify for certain kinds of other services, perhaps Medicaid or something like that, that this would be, an option for you to help take care of your loved one.
So going back to what you just said, before you give me a little feedback, so your services, you can qualify 2 ways. So you're a caregiver, or maybe 3 ways. So foundationally, you're a caregiver, right? So, and by income and age, am I correct? Either one for some services. Like
so for some, yes. So for some services, if you are at a certain income level and above, those are going to kind of remove you from the ability to get some services, right? So like if you have a large sum of money, you have a big piece of property, you have multiple houses, multiple cars, financially, you're kind of in this place where you have a lot of resources. Some programs are not going to benefit you because you're just not going to qualify for them. That's not to say you couldn't qualify them at some point in your lifetime. But the Medicaid programs are, income-based and driven. And then some of our other services, like our home delivered meals and this particular service, Supplemental Services, and some other care coordination things, is what I work in, direct conjunction with. Those are services that are made available to people because of their age. And just because you're the age of 60, or you're a caregiver providing care to someone who's 60 and over, you automatically qualify. So to qualify specifically for supplemental services, if we're just going to talk about that for a quick second, is you have to be a caregiver, a family caregiver, which they define as an unpaid person providing care to another person who is 60 years or older. So that's your first qualifier. If you are a caregiver taking care of your 75-year-old mother, you've hit one of the check boxes. Another one that we ask for and we look for are the people who are more medically frail, who have challenges with, going to the restroom on their own, taking baths by themselves, some of those. And obviously all of our loved ones and friends that are in that cognitive and mental impairment, Alzheimer's decline, other kind of mental declines that come along with not normal aging, basically. Mm-hmm. So if you are taking care of someone who's 60 and over and they have Alzheimer's disease, then you could qualify for this program. And what we are trying to match you with are this kind of things that would make it easier for you as a caregiver to, live and help your loved one.
So you have items on here, like ways that program can help. So give us some of those items and those services you can get under supplemental.
Yeah. Services. So some of the approved things that I know I can give, because again, this is a federal fund and they kind of give me the parameters in which I can live.
Mm-hmm.
Are things what we call in the kind of professional land is assistive devices, but what they really are like walkers. If you've seen one of those I call them Cadillac walkers, they have nice wheels and maybe a seat on them, good handles, they have brakes. Those are called rollators. And then you've got bathroom bars. You can do a suction style, a screw-in style, a cane, pill crushers, which are super handy, or cutters that are super handy for really large pills that you might be taking that you need, a raised toilet seat to make it easier for an older person to get onto the toilet because, maybe they can get down, but they can't really get back up. And shower safety things, shower chairs, benches, things like that. Blood pressure cuffs are something that they're not necessarily super expensive, but they're also like, if you have to decide between buying something that is, $50 to $60 or $100, that may make a difference. When you have to go and buy groceries or medicines. And all of these things that I'm kind of mentioning right now are for the client. So the caregiver would say, hey, we need this. And then we would order this for the client. And we will ship it to your house, or their house, or we would have someone come out and deliver it. One of my staff, I have great care coordinators that can come out and deliver it. You can meet us and say hello. So, some of those things. And ramps, I can also assist with ramps. I have not yet been able to do one for a supplemental service client, but I would love to, just to make it easy for them to get in and out of their house, because that is something that is really difficult these days. And wood and I don't know if you've seen the cost of wood lately, but it's really, really expensive.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's almost probably metal ones are almost the better option.
Yeah.
Price-wise.
So I've got some things that are just for caregivers. So one of the lovely things about this program is it also looks at caregivers and what are things that caregivers need. And so a couple of the things that I can do that are just for caregivers are some services and Eyeglass and lens services. So, a lot of times caregivers will have insurance that can cover it. Well, sometimes there's that gap of like, my insurance covers so much of this and then I have to pay for the rest. We can help with that. Now we'll collect some information from you and make sure that we have all of our paperwork in order. But really it's about making sure that caregivers are taken care of. And I am so excited that we can even offer this to your caregivers and then, to anyone that are living in our 6-county area.
This is so exciting. So, will there be more services that you think may roll out because of this, or?
Absolutely. So, one of the things that we kind of noticed, what I've noticed at CareLink is that we offer a lot of services, and a lot of people know us for like our Meals on Wheels, which is amazing because it provides that at-home meal during the day for people that are, nutritionally in need. But there are also things that we can help as an area agency on aging that we want to start working with. So we're going to work with you guys, Alzheimer's Arkansas, and we're going to have a support group, and that's going to be coming very, very soon. We offered our first virtual caregiver workshop back in September, and Ms. Carolyn was a part of that, and I'm so grateful for you. We're going to be able to offer another one of those. And then I just kind of see it snowballing. We also are looking towards the future of, what are things that are missing for our aged population? What are things that our seniors or caregivers or families are in need of that we can assist you with, and then trying to match you with those services. And it's thinking outside the box. It's working with other organizations and nonprofits and agencies and DHS and all of these people to make sure that we're taking care of our community in the best way that we possibly can.
That is so exciting. So, sometimes I'm kind of behind. So, for Meals on Wheels right now, you're delivering frozen meals once a week now?
That's right. So when COVID started, back in March of 2020, which seems like a million years ago at this point, but when that started, what they recognized was, we need to make sure that we're limiting the chances of exposure for our volunteers and for the clients that we're serving. So they transitioned to frozen meals, and we do that delivery once a week. And they're delivered 5 to 7 meals, depending on the area and the client and different things like that, that I don't make any of those decisions, but I get to share. But what we're seeing is that some of our senior centers are kind of slowly reopening. Some of them have been open, throughout the pandemic in various capacities. I know our friends in Conway have opened and then closed. I don't know if they're open just yet again, but that Bryant Senior Center, Benton Senior Centers, those have kind of stayed open as much as they possibly can in order to serve those meals. So there's still a level of socialization, safety, social distancing, and things like that our senior centers are, able to provide that you just can't get at home. So if you're able to get out of your home and get on a bus or drive to the senior center, I encourage you to do that. Those programs that they do out there, it's not just bingo and, sitting around drinking coffee, shooting the breeze. They do things, they play beanbag baseball. They have senior Olympics.
Every senior I talk to, like, they are missing beanbag baseball. Girl, like, when is it coming back? Because every senior in the state is waiting for that tournament, and it's exciting. Yes.
I will tell you that I got to see firsthand some beanbag baseball with some teenagers, some 17-year-olds who thought they were high and mighty and all kinds of good, and they didn't have it. But those seniors they didn't have it. But the seniors could have smoked them. So, it's a great opportunity to get out of your house, move your body, see other people, talk to other people. And if you feel safe to do so, we encourage it.
So you provide care coordination. What exactly is care coordination?
That's a great question. So that was actually a question that I asked when I got hired on at CareLink as the care coordination manager, because I had never heard of care coordination, but let me tell you, it is so amazing. My staff, I kind of supervise 2 different teams. One of them is our information and assistance department. So if you ever call CareLink, well, that's old, people don't do that anymore. Right? Yeah, don't do that anymore. But if you ever call us at 372-5300 and you start talking to a person, you're probably going to eventually get to our information and assistance department. And those, it's a group of ladies. There's 4 of them. They are phenomenal, incredible ladies. They can tell you about resources in the area. They can tell you about where your application process is on certain things. They can help you understand if you qualify for a certain service or not. They can also connect you with other services outside of, our area. We very frequently will get a call that, maybe needs to go to some other area agency. We can connect that. And then they also kind of are the gatekeepers to make sure that we are filtering people in and getting them started on services. So if you call us and you're like, I don't have anyone to help me prepare a meal at home during the day, how do we do that? So then you get out, you get a care coordinator, which is another section of my staff, who comes out and visits with you and identifies what are the things that you need. Do you need meals? Do you need a little bit more help at home? Can we help you with a home care service? Can we connect you with, some transportation or some sort of senior serving? Let me get my words together. Sorry. Senior center that would help you, kind of bridge those gaps in places that you need to. So in addition to the screening services that you're getting, you're also getting somebody that knows what services are available to you in your area, and you don't have to figure it out on your own. Someone can help you do that, and they can kind of help you.
Sometimes we don't even know what we need.
Right. And they can guide you through the process, and they can kind of stay with you through that process. That service is a free service. We offer that to anyone that's over the age of 60. I can send a care coordinator out to come visit with you. And your family, your caregivers, if you guys are out there as well and you're interested in what are services that are available for mom and dad, we can help you with those as well. So care coordination is really a kind of one-stop shop for those resources that are available in our community.
Okay, so this is another question or service I want you to explain, because I know accessibility and transportation is a really difficult thing for a lot of our kids, not just seniors. But tell me about your transportation services and how it relates to seniors.
Yeah. So transportation is such a fun, interesting department because they basically started over a weekend in recognizing that you're right, exactly what you said. There's not enough options for seniors who need transportation if they don't have, Medicaid or some other existing form of paid transportation. So our transportation department works directly with us and our senior services to help people get to the senior centers. So like East Little Rock Senior Center, Dunbar, Patrick Hayes Senior Center. They help people, get to senior centers. And if you don't live here, like in Pulaski County or in the Little Rock, North Little Rock area, there are other senior centers outside of these areas: Jacksonville, Benton, Bryant, Hazen, Lone Oak, Clarendon, that can help you get to the areas, where you need to get to so that you can get that transportation. Those senior centers do offer transportation as well. But here, what we found was, we can offer a limited amount of transportation to clients that need some socialization trips. Maybe they don't have the ability to drive, from their home to the pharmacy, or maybe they go to the grocery store and they don't have a car. We can help qualify people for that service. Again, you have to be 60 and over in order to qualify for that service. And, transportation is a finicky thing because we also do transportation across the state. So if we have some contracts where we can take somebody from Little Rock to Northwest Arkansas, so we have to make sure we have a driver. But most of the time we can provide that transportation trip for people, and they can go to the grocery store and they can go and do the things that they need to do and get the, get the health benefits of taking their medicines and eating the food that they need to eat.
That's amazing. I didn't really understand that part of the service because, transportation is a big thing. How am I going to get to the doctor and how I'm going to get back, especially with certain, procedures they may have, even if they're, in office, they still need someone to transport them into the grocery store.
And
That's
actually,
amazing.
we actually also offer a rider. So if you are someone who is, let's say you're wheelchair bound, but you need to go to the doctor or whatever, you can have someone ride with you. We kind of encourage it actually, so that there's someone there with you all the time. But if you can, you can have like a family member or friend ride with you on that transportation trip so that you feel comfortable kind of the whole process through. So, it's not just, we kind of try to make sure that we're meeting the needs of the community as much as we possibly can.
This is absolutely amazing. So this is another part of your services and benefits that I really like to talk about, is like your other assistance, especially when it comes to other programs. Like, tell me those programs and how you help.
Yeah. So we really try with my information assistance department and with care coordination, and really as much as we can, we try to make sure we're looking in the community for as many of the resources that are available and then turning around and connecting people back with that. So if someone wants to call CareLink and have questions about a legal service or have questions about some other program like SNAP or a weatherization program that can help you kind of make sure you're getting, your home is insulated like it needs to be, your windows and doors are kind of closed off as much as they can be during the colder winter months, or programs like rental assistance. With COVID, we've had a lot of different rental assistance programs available. So we try to make sure that we're connecting people with those programs. And if there's an application process that goes along with that, we also try to, assist the clients and the caregivers or the families with those applications. The Medicaid application for AR Choices, which is a full service of Medicaid, which means you get the full benefits of Medicaid. When you're looking at a service like that, that application itself is about 35 pages, and it's really complicated if you really don't understand what they're asking. So my care coordinators can come out and kind of walk through that application with you, and then get the documents that are required to go with it. Same for any of those other Medicaid services, or if you're 65 and older and you're paying for your Part D, and you're saying, hey, I can't really afford this, and is there any program out there that would qualify me to help out, assist me with this cost of my Medicare Part D, because you have to pay a premium for your Medicare Part D services. That's something that we can assist with as well. So we try to really help the community, get those programs, get those benefits that they may not know that they're even qualified for. And then we always refer back. Like, we love our partners, like Alzheimer's Arkansas. I talk about you guys all the time. I talk about Senior Living Solutions and Mike Coog's team, because they can help people that when they need to transition out of the home and into the nursing home, how do you do that? What do you do? So I love to make those referrals. When home care is not the right option for you anymore, or when care just becomes a little bit more than what you can handle at home, you need to know who to turn to. So we try to do that for our community as well.
And I just want to say thank you for all you do for our community and our partnership. Seems like we have a question. Say, can we get help with assisted in our area by calling CareLink, even if we do not live in Central Arkansas area?
Great question. So unfortunately, you do have to live in our 6-county region in order to benefit from the way that we handle our supplemental services. However, you can call your area agency on aging and see if this is something that they offer, or if there are any other programs that offer services like this. Every area agency has funding available. It's just how they use it and in where they want to use it, to support their community. So,
and just to piggyback on that question, that area agency on aging is a great place for older American seniors that, as we're aging, to get resources. And if you don't, like she said, if you do not know your area agency on aging, you can feel free to call Alzheimer's Arkansas, call CareLink, and we can get you the phone number, the contact information for your exact, because it can be a little tricky sometimes on figuring out which one to call. So please feel free to contact our office or Elise's office, and we will get you to the area agency on aging that serves you. I think that's the last question, Elise. So in doing that, give me some wrap-up information on, I know it's been going across the banner, but sometimes we need to hear it, the information on how to contact it.
Well, if you're interested in learning more about CareLink services, or you just have general questions about what do I qualify for, I'm a family caregiver, you can call our information and assistance team. That number is 501-372-5300. You can visit our website at carelink.org, or you can, you can send a letter. Also, we have a PO box. I don't know. We try to make it as easy as possible for people to get in touch with us. But I mean, honestly, that phone call is that first start, and then we can get a care coordinator out to see you and visit with you and your family, and figure out what your next steps are. And just because I'm going to do a shameless plug, we have cupcakes, for goodness sakes, coming up on February 26th. That's Saturday, February 26th. At Heifer International. Please be there. Yes, we need you there. We need you. We need all your staff. But that event is put on in order to help benefit our Meals on Wheels program and other services that we can offer at CareLink. We do that because we have amazing donors, and we have amazing community partnerships and sponsors and all these amazing people that are going to come out and support us. And these bakers, man, they've got some beautiful cakes. My friend Meredith, who's our development director, shout out Meredith, was on Inviting Arkansas recently. She was super cute. So I'm just really excited about it, and it's going to be such a great time. and it's at
I know,
Heifer.
it's always fun. I can't wait. So Judy Davis is, she said, this is good information. I have to find these resources in Georgia. So I have to admit, I hope, somebody like my board don't kill me, but they love when I help. I have helped locate Area Agency on Aging and other resources from people from other states. Because somebody will say, hey, I have a loved one that lives in Mississippi. I've done it for Mississippi, like just a lot of states. So I help them find the resources. So Judy Davis, you can give us a call and I can do as much as I can to help you find those resources, because every state has Area Agency on Aging. It is a federal Title III, like you said, Older American Act law that every state has resources. They may be different. However, there are resources across the United States.
Yes.
So you can give us a call and we'll help you find your Area Agency on Aging for resources, no matter where you are. Because my heart's for caregivers. Yes, I love Arkansas, but our hearts are for caregivers. So as we wrap up, we're going to take a look at some of the things that Alzheimer's Arkansas is offering. There's a lot of it as we rolled out, not as much, but we have a walk, a fun run that's coming in July. We have coffee with Gigi and Carolyn the last Tuesday of every month. We have a fundraiser in Conway coming up, cruising. We're going to have some great fun. Elise, you have to come so we can dance all night at Oz. And the Little Rock Zoo stroll. It is going to be so much fun. So you guys look for more information. Please feel free to contact me at our office at 501-224-0021, or you can also go to our website, alzark.org. So until next month, call me and we'll talk about it. What do you think, Elise?
I love it.
All right.
I love it.
Have a good one.
Bye.